Good evening, everyone. Up on Josie's homesteading. My name is Joey. There's Josie back here. She's gonna go help me. She's wanting to cut some weeds. This is actually Sunday. We took the weekend off. We had Josie's little sister's birthday was yesterday. She turned 1 yesterday. Happy birthday to her. And we had a family reunion today on my mom's side of the family that we went to. So we kind of just took the weekend off, other than doing our chores or feeding and watering and all that kind of stuff. We've not done a whole big bunch this weekend, other than that. But if y'all watched the very beginning of this video, we just got some rain, which wasn't a lot, and wasn't nothing to write home to Mama about or anything. But we did get a little bit of rain, so I don't have to water the garden tonight anyway. So we figured I got some things right here I need to do. I don't know if y'all can see back here in the background. But this is down on the lower side of the barn. That's not fenced in. But I let the goats and Andy, Bubby, Missy, Coco, and the 2 little bucklings, I let them out in here every evening for about an hour, hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. You okay? But some of the weeds, bushes, just different odd and end stuff starting to grow up down here. And I'm gonna take this little hand weed whacker thing, I don't know what they're called. I'm gonna go down here and just cut a few of these weeds down. Josie's wanting to help me, so we'll see how that goes. But that's gonna be our whole weekend job. Since I ain't feeding tonight, I'm gonna take that 30 minutes I'm saving, and I'm gonna go down here and do that. Yeah, with this part, let's go over and see if this other part needs some too. I know, I think. Tripped on something. Yeah, Coco, Missy climbing up the rock, up the logs. Coco Missy likes her log pile back here. Figured them little bucklings would play on it more than they did, but it's more Coco Missy than it is anybody. I'm down here. This is similar to bush hogging a field, I guess. Just cutting off the tops of some of these weeds and stuff before they go out to seed, and knocking them back so the grass can get sunlight and grow, and not too much sunlight right now maybe, but you can see it looks a lot better. There's grass underneath some of that stuff, because right down through that little section right there, try to get my fingers right here, but if you go in between those two stumps, that stump and that stump, that's where all the grass seed washed down, and I sowed the grass seed up here, so there's grass down in there. This right here is staying green so far. That grass over in front of the church over there on that side of the road, it's turned yellow and is dying out. Like I said, that I don't know what it is right there. It just seems like when it gets hot and dry, it just dries out and just kills the grass. I don't know, maybe eventually someday we'll get grass over there. Maybe this grass will come back, I don't know. But it was looking real good there for a while. But yeah, so we found a little toey that's got thrown over the hills, a little squid Josie wants to show. But this grass right here, I mean, it's just this little spot where I just throwed out some extra seed that I had, and it's doing good and staying green. And it's kind of yellow a little bit, but that big swipe right through there, it's kind of where the seed had washed down, because we got some big heavy rains after I sowed all that. But you can see all that, and I mean, it's doing good. So like this side of the hill, which I'm guessing, you know, let me set this thing down so I can kind of explain this, I guess, or show it. But like we're on this hill here, you know, and it slopes downhill this side. Well, that's the north facing side, and that's where the grass is staying green at. Like that across over there in front of the church is on the south side of the hill. That's where it's drying out the quickest and turning yellow. So that's where the sun's hitting at the most. So maybe that has something to do with it, which can't be totally all, cause if you come over here, you know, we got basically two little humps here, or two little hills. This little corner lot right here would be south facing, and it's green. You see any of this green? We're gonna get in here and cut some of these weeds in here too. If y'all can see them or not. But there's not as many in here, because I've been taking care of this last couple of years since we've had grass over here. I've been taking care of it and keeping it knocked down, so they've kind of, the weeds and stuff have kind of stopped coming up in it. But you washed it in the ghost water, okay. That's a pool toy is what that is, a little squid from a pool toy. And it was kind of buried in the dirt down there. I just happened to see it because it's pink and kind of a pale blue or something. The other bit showing up real good. I seen it and got it out for her. She's cleaning it off over in the... This gate I'm not particularly fond of with my cattle panel gates, because this one's the one I have to go through the most of all the cattle panel gates, I guess. And it's too big of a span across through there. Makes it fly into the pool. Dropped my camera on my face.
What happened to your phone?
I dropped it on my face.
What happened to your deck?
I know, I dropped the whole thing.
Swim in my water.
Yeah, it can swim in your water in your pool. If you want it to. See if it'll sink or float. Sink or floats off Blippi, Miss Rachel. There's several of them. Of those little TV shows, YouTube channels that she watches that do a sink and float, where they just throw stuff in swimming pools or fish tanks and different little things to see if they sink or float. So she likes playing that little game. we'll come over here. I'll turn you guys around and see if I can't do this and show y'all kind of what I'm doing here. It's just these weeds here. Oh, I get one. Show that. Just trying to find the weeds more than anything. Nothing too major. Like I said, this one's not too bad because I've been doing it for quite some time now. And most of them, when they're green, they don't take much to knock them out. This grass is coming up in here pretty decent. It's staying. Like I said, this is one place I'm trying to not let them destroy. This little corner, because I spent a lot of time on this corner. So it is definitely not one of my little sacrifice areas that I've made. Not a whole lot in here. Actually looking. I mean, there's bare spots. You can see right here in front of us. That's where, this is one of these last stumps that I burnt and cut out. And of course, against all these stumps right down through here. Still need grass around them. And but it is doing decent. I don't say it's doing great, but it's doing decent. This little corner down here. Not too many weeds in here. Yeah, this little corner rock wasn't bad at all. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this is kind of like bush hogging. Just knocking the seed heads off, knocking the weeds down, the bushes, the brambles, whatever, and getting them cut down to where your grass can grow. Your grass ain't competing against something. So that's why you see people bush hog their fields, is keeping. I mean, if you let a field grow up, it eventually won't be nothing but just junk weeds. So just keeping that stuff down. I don't have a bush hog. And I actually run my lawnmower over at some. The only thing with my lawnmower, when that fence wasn't up, I took the lawnmower over. The deck don't raise up very high on it. I mean, I mow my yard with the deck as high as it'll go, and it still takes it down. Well, where it's about right where you would want to cut your yard. So I wished I could raise it way up and get it to where I could use it kind of as a bush hog over in them field, and you'll not actually cut the grass, but just cut all the junk up. But yeah, it's quick little video, probably about as long as the rest of them, I guess, but quick little video, quick for us. Just went out and chopped some of those weeds tops off, and just so the grass could grow. I find that to be very important to keep that done. keeps the weeds down. And those weeds were stuff that the goats and the sheep wasn't eating. They wasn't touching it. So, you know, a lot of the weeds and the briars and stuff like that they'll eat, but they wasn't touching those. So I needed to get them down before they went out to seed, and seed didn't spread out everywhere else and just took over. So I'm gonna wrap it up for this video. Like I said, just a real quick video, but you wanna say bye? Wave. Show me toys. I got a bunch of squishy toys from Aunt Kenny yesterday. And well, appreciate you watching. We'll catch you on the next one.